Employment Law This Week. I'm George Whipple. Our top story, casino trainees could be entitled to minimum wage. The Fourth Circuit recently revived a class action suit from a group of trainees at a casino in Maryland. Applicants who wanted to work the casino's new table games were expected to attend a 12-week dealer school, during which they went mostly unpaid. Several of the trainees sued, alleging that the practice violated the Fair Labor Standards Act. Although the district court dismissed the case, the Fourth Circuit ruled that the company could be found to be the primary beneficiary of the training and remanded the case for further fact-finding.
The Fourth Circuit was asked to determine whether the dealers were trainees or employees under the FLSA. And to make that determination, they applied what's called the primary beneficiary test. In other words, who benefited more from the relationship or the training program, the dealers or the casino. Interestingly, the Fourth Circuit rejected the casino's argument that the casino couldn't have benefited from the training program because they didn't receive any monetary benefit from the trainees, and that the trainees didn't interact with any customers because the casino hadn't yet opened. Rather, the Fourth Circuit found that the casino actually had an immediate benefit because they were training a workforce of over 800 individuals.
The Department of Labor has released an updated employer's guide to the Family and Medical Leave Act. The 76-page, 7-chapter guide is dedicated to increasing awareness of the details of the law in order to strengthen compliance. The DOL has also issued an updated FMLA notice poster that is easier for employees to read. OSHA finds a convenience store for lack of safety precautions. OSHA's coverage of workplace violence is sometimes overlooked, but last year, an employee was fatally shot inside a convenience store in New Jersey. OSHA investigated and found that 20 violent incidents had occurred at the store in the last 5 years. The agency filed a $14,000 citation against the company for failing to put a comprehensive violence prevention program in place. While the business did have cameras, OSHA was looking for safety features like bulletproof glass and panic buttons that might have helped to save the employee's life. Mandatory flu vaccines could constitute religious discrimination. The EEOC is suing an Asheville hospital for a policy that requires employees to receive annual flu vaccinations. Employees can request a religious exemption, but must do so before a deadline of September 1st. When several employees were late in submitting their request, they were denied the exemption and subsequently fired. The EEOC found the deadline arbitrary and is arguing that a religious accommodation should have been made for the affected employees. Now it's time for our tip of the week. Colleen Cohen, HR generalist for the Financial Times, is here with some advice on developing a telecommuting policy.
With the increasing trend encouraging employees to own the way they work, the most popular option has been to telecommute. However, before any employer rolls out a policy that's considered too broad and therefore unenforceable, there are a couple of points that every employer should consider. The first being, are the position requirements in compliance with state and federal wage laws? Just keeping in mind that an employee is paid for the hours that they worked, including overtime, unless they are exempt from minimum wage and OT provisions. The second point would be to consider safety. Make sure that the environment in which the employee is working remotely is a safe environment, it meets all the requirements, and is deemed acceptable. The third, and probably the most important for any employer, is protecting their proprietary information. Please note that any devices that an employee is given to work from home should meet company safety and security standards.
Thanks, Colleen. That's it for Employment Law This Week. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.